Okay, let's talk about marking your moves in your music. So I've got one of last year's pieces here, Ghostbusters, just as an example. When you're marking your music, there's really three things you need to mark as far as marching is concerned. It's when you step off, when you halt, and what you're doing, right? So let's say the instructions were you're going to march from one page to another, 16 counts at measure 5, right? So you're going to find measure 5 and just going to make a mark, like a dark line. Like that's where I start marching, is at measure 5. And at 16 counts, which is 4 measures, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. That means you're done. You're halted right here at the end of those 16 counts. So again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 measures. So I'm going to put a heavy mark here where I stop marching. I might even put like a stop sign here, or a big S for stop, or halt, or an H, something to catch your attention, like this is where you stop. And then the last thing you got to mark is, well, what are you doing? Let's say in your case it's just forward 16, right? I'm going to put F16. That's forward 16. Let's say your instructions were to, like in that one song, it's to go forward to the left. I would go FL, forward and left. Okay, there might be times later in the season where I say it's 16 count move, but you maybe are going 8 counts forward and 8 counts to the right. So let's say that happens at 21. Then this is where I start marching, right? And let's say it's 16 counts, but it's 8 forward and 8 to the right. Then I would make a line here, and I would go forward 8, right 8, and then here's where I halt, right? So there's the first 8, the second 8, and you halt. So everybody's instructions might be a little different, depending, but you need to have where you start and when you stop. And again, make some sort of mark to let you know this is the halt, whether that's a stop sign or an H or just a stop. You could just write stop there, or halt would be better than stop probably. But clearly mark where you start, clearly mark where you stop, and then mark what you're doing. Here's what I would suggest: an F for forward, an R for right, an L for left, a B for backwards, and we might be doing that at some point in time. Okay, and then you can combine those, right? Like you can go forward and to the right, or backward and to the left. So you'll combine those. The other one you might use is MT, which means mark time. Those would be the most common ones. And that's how you can be more specific marking your music for marching band.